Sa video natin ngayon, we will discuss this problem involving statically indeterminate members. Now, when can we say na statically indeterminate yung isang system? First, we draw our free body diagram. Dito sa point A saka point D, merong fixed end. And we have external loads applied horizontally. So, naturally, dito sa point D, merong horizontal reaction. Dito rin sa point A. Ayan. Label natin to as RD. Ito naman, RA. Now, ito yung best assumption sa direction. Since if you look at the external loads, lahat sila papuntang left. So, yung net force is going to the left. Meaning, dito sa point D, kailangan to the right to oppose the net direction. And dito naman sa point A, net direction is to the left. Kailangan meron tayong force to the right to counteract it. So, to determine if statically indeterminate yung isang system, first identify the number of unknowns. Yung unknowns natin, RA saka RD. So, we have essentially two unknowns. And we also check the number of equations available. Now, yung equations natin for static equilibrium, merong tatlo. First is summation of forces along X is equal to 0. Then, summation of forces along Y is equal to 0. And isa pa, summation of moments about any point should equal 0. Now, if we check our system, all of the loads are horizontal, so we can apply this equation. Now, how about summation of forces along Y? Summation of forces along Y cannot be applied sa figure natin since wala namang vertical loads. So, hindi yan pwede. Now, how about summation of moments is equal to 0? Hindi rin pwede. Now, the reason for this is because yung forces natin, lahat sila concurrent. They meet at a common point. Diba, yung RA, tatagos siya patungong RD. All forces have the same line of action. So, kapag same line of action, we cannot apply summation of moments since wala namang rotation in the first place na makukause. So, we can only apply one equation. So, lagay natin 1. Then, the degree of indeterminacy is simply the number of unknowns minus the number of available equations. So, we have two unknowns. Isang equation lang yung magagamit. Therefore, this is indeterminate to the first degree. Now, since indeterminate yan to the first degree, we need an additional equation from the relationships of the deformation para makuha natin yung unknown. So, kapag second degree naman yan, then you need two equations involving the relationships of the deformation para ma-solve mo yung number of unknowns. Now, kapag 2 yan, let's say second degree, then you would need two additional equations from the relationships of the deformation para makuha mo yung problem. So, basahin natin yung problem. The steel rod is stress-free before the axial loads are applied. 150 kN yung P1 and P2 naman is equal to 90. Now, we will first try to solve this using the conventional solution. The conventional solution involves removing the support at D. After removing it, we let the bars freely deform. So, halimbawa, ito yung fixed end. So, ito na yung magiging figure after removing the support at D. Now, after removing the support, this becomes a statically determinate system since wala na magiging reaction dyan. So, yung 150 sa 90, acting toward the left sila. Meaning, yung reaction sa A, after removing the support, will become 240. Galing sa summation of forces horizontal. Label ko na lang as AX. Ayan. Iba yung RA, yan yung actual reaction talaga. Then AX is for the system na tinanggal natin yung support. So we have AX is equal to 150 plus 90. Equating forces to the right and forces to the left. Ayan. So if this is 240, we can draw our axial force diagram. Diba, we draw it from the left. Left to right yung direction. If meron tayong force toward the right, and this is our section, ayan, essentially compressive yan, acting toward the member. So, compressive. Then, kapag meron tayong force to the left, let's say, pag ganyan, this is acting away from the cross-section. So, this would be tension. So, define natin yung zero line. Above it is tension. Below naman is compression. So, we have a force acting to the right. To the right is compression. So, bababa tayo. From 0, we move down by 240. Ayan. Then, we project a line sa point B. Walang changes sa loading dyan. So, this will be a constant line or a straight line. Now, at this particular point, merong 150 na load acting to the left, which is already in tension. If tension plus compression naman is minus, kaya below the zero line yan. So, from negative 240, we move up by 150 since tension yan, negative 240 plus 150 is equal to negative 90. So, andito yan, minus 90. So, aakyat tayo sa point na to. Next, we also project a line sa point C. Walang changes in loading from this point to this point. Only at this junction point, merong 90. So, this will be a straight line. Then, 90 is acting to the left. So, tension, from negative 90, aakyat tayo ng 90. So, dito na tayo sa 0. Ayan. And since 0 na dyan, tas wala nang loading dito sa segment na yan, this will remain constant. Ayan. 0 na yung force na dadalhin ng segment CD upon removing the fixed support. So, we start from 0 and end at 0. So, to check if tama, we started from 0 and ended at 0. So, this is already a correct diagram. Ayan. Now, initially, ito yung location ng support. Project tayo ng line dyan. Move ko na lang to. Ayan. Ito yung original location ng support. Nung tinanggal natin siya, wala na siyang restraint. So, once in-applyan ko ng load na 150 saka 90 dyan, these segments will actually compress. Diba? Diba segment AB is subjected to compression. Negative region yan. As well as segment BC, subjected to compression. So, yung mangyayari dyan, this will compress. Ayan. Move natin yung load. Now, kapag nag-compress yan, sasabay din yung point B. So, yung point B will move somewhere to the left. Ayan. And since merong in-apply na 90 dyan, toward the left din, this will also compress. Ayan. Diba? Subjected to compression yung BC. Ayan. Then, kapag nag-compress yan, sasabay din yung point C. So, ito actually yung final configuration after removing the support at D. Then, itong lines na pinroject natin come from the original figure. Ayan. So, again, kapag sumabay yung point C, yung segment CD is not subjected to any force. Walang magbabago sa kanyang original length. So, we can copy this one. Ayan. Ito na yung magiging final configuration. No change in length for segment CD. But, itong distance na to, ayan, ito yung deformation ng segment AB. Tas, ito naman, this will be the deformation of segment BC. Ayan. Now, to solve the deformation, we can apply the formula PL over AE. For segment AB, the force is equal to 240 kilonewtons. Then, for segment BC naman, the force is equal to 90 kilonewtons. Both of them are in compression. So, we solve the total deformation. We have the deformation of AB plus the deformation of BC. So, this will just be PL over AA lang. PAB times LAB over area of AB multiplied by the modulus of elasticity. Then, for BC naman, change na natin yung subscript. Ayan. Now, define na lang natin yung variables. The force in AB is equal to 240. This is in kilonewtons. So, convert muna natin. Gawin natin Newton. Para yung result will be in millimeters. Now, the length of segment AB, initial length, is equal to 500 mm. Then, the area of AB is equal to 900 mm squared. Tapos, yung modulus of elasticity naman is equal to 200 gigapascal. We convert this into megapascal para consistent lahat ng units. To convert GPa to MPa, we multiply by 1,000. Ayan. Now, for BC naman, the force is equal to 90. Still in compression. So, lagay na lang natin yung actual sign na negative for compression. Positive for tension naman. Ayan. So, for BC, we have a force of 90. Convert to Newton times 1,000. Yung length ng BC initial is 250. Then, for BC naman, the area is equal to 2,000. Tapos, yung modulus of elasticity, same lang din. E is equal to 200 GPa. Still naman lahat yan. So, we can copy this one. 200 GPa, convert into megapascal. So, press equals, we have the total deformation is equal to this value. By the way, 2,000 pala to. 200 yung na-type ko. Ayan, area ng BC is 2,000. Tapos ito rin 250. So, the total deformation is equal to 0.723 mm. Meaning, kapag in-add natin yung delta AB saka delta BC, ito yung value niya. So, I hope agree lang na if nag-deform yung AB saka yung BC, then this amount, yung distance na yan, is actually equal to the deformation of AB plus the deformation of BC. Diba? Nag-move yung AB, nag-move rin yung BC. So, yung distance na to, ito yung deformation ng AB saka deformation of BC. Now, since initially, merong fixed support dyan, hindi pwedeng mag-move yung point D. Ayan, it should still be fixed sa point na yan. So, yung next natin gagawin, we need to apply an imaginary force that will return our bar to the original location of the support. Kasi again, yung point D, if the support is unyielding, kailangan andito pa rin yung point D. Ni-remove kasi natin siya, kaya we allowed it to deform freely. So, we need to apply an imaginary force P, ayan, where this imaginary force is actually the reaction at D. Now, applying this imaginary force should return the total deformation sa kanyang original location. So, yung next natin gagawin, remove natin lahat ng external loads, and then we solve the imaginary force that will return the bar to the original position. Actually, label ko na lang to as RD. Ayan. So, alam natin na yung total deformation is equal to this value, 0.723. Now, kapag dinraw natin yung axial force diagram nito, yung applied force lang is RD. So, the reaction here will also be RD. Then, following the sign conventions earlier, compression is to the right, tension is to the left. From point A, ayan, RD will be in tension. So, from 0, aakyat tayo by RD. Then, sa lahat ng segments, walang applied loads, applied external loads. Meaning, constant lang yung axial force diagram natin. Papunta dito. So, this will also be RD. Then, at this exact point, we have RD going to the right, which is in compression. And then, at this exact point, RD is to the right, signifying a negative sign. So, from RD, we move down, babalik tayo sa 0. Ayan. So, this is our axial force diagram. Lahat ng segments, segment AB, BC, and CD, all of them are in tension. Diba? Kasi yung dito sa figure natin, to return the bar to the original position, we need to apply a tensile force. Kasi nag-compress siya due to the applied loads. So, hihilahin natin siya papunta sa original location ng support. So, yung next natin gagawin, we will equate the total deformation to the deformation of each segment due to RD, or the imaginary force. Meron na ring force yung CD, so we also include CD. Ayan. Now, the total deformation is equal to this value, 0.723. Yung force ng AB is equal to RD. Ayan, lahat ng points na yan, RD yung force. LAB is equal to 500 mm. Then, yung area sa modulus of elasticity, same lang dito. Copy na lang natin. Yung force ng BC is still RD. LBC naman is equal to 250. Area of BC is equal to 2,000. Then, E is equal to 200 multiplied by 1,000. Ayan. Finally, yung force ng CD is still equal to RD. LCD is equal to 350 mm. Then, area of CD is 1,200. Modulus of elasticity naman, same lang, still pa rin. We have 200 multiplied by 1,000 para maging megapascal. So, yung deformation total is equal to this value. But, we take the absolute value. Equate natin yan sa 0.723. Ayan. Deformation total. We don't use the negative sign since ginamit lang natin yung negative sign to indicate na shortening yung nangyari. Negative is shortening, positive naman is elongation. So, considering this system, we can now solve RD. So, store ko yan sa RD. Then, RD is equal to this value. Gawin nating decimal, then 5 decimal places. Ayan. So, RD pala is equal to this value, and this is still in newtons. Initially, yung sa given natin, naka-kn yung external loads. So, convert na lang natin to into kilonewton. We can divide this by 1,000. We have 148.731. So, this will be RD. So, kung babalik na tayo sa original figure, meron ng value yung RD. This is 148.73 kilonewtons. So, again kanina, yung na-solve natin na degree of indeterminacy is equal to 1. The additional equation is galing dito. Ayan. We equated the total deformation to the deformation caused by the returning force, which is RD. Ito actually yung one additional equation para makuha natin lahat ng unknowns. Ayan. So, kapag 148.73 yan, by summing up forces along the horizontal equal to 0, we can automatically obtain RA. So, RA is to the right, 150 is to the left, saka yung 90 rin. So, minus 150, minus 90. Then, RD naman is to the right, so plus 148.73. Equate to 0, we can solve RA. So, RA is equal to 150 plus 90, then minus 148.73, which will give us 91.27. We have RA. So we are now able to solve all of the reactions despite having only one available equation. Using statics alone, summation of forces along X lang yung pwede nating i-apply. Hindi talaga natin masosolve yung RD sa RA. But with our additional equation, using the relationship of the deformation, we were able to solve RD, then eventually RA, using our static equations. But we are not yet done, since yung tanong sa problem is to calculate the axial force in each segment. So start muna tayo sa segment AB. Kapag kinat natin yung segment AB, ayan, anywhere between sa segment AB, and we consider the section to the left, ayan, then lalabas yung internal force. Now, I will assume the internal force to be in tension para if negative siya, automatic na alam ko na it is actually in compression. Ayan, we follow our sign convention lang din. So, we label this as PAB, the internal force in AB. Then, considering the section to the left, we sum up forces along the horizontal equal to 0. RA is to the right. This is 91.27. So, this is going to the right. We use positive. Then, initially, sa assumption natin na PAB is in tension, this will be acting to the right or away from the cut. PAB is equal to 0. Therefore, PAB is equal to negative 91.27. So, PAB is subjected to compression pala. Ayan, PAB in compression. So, we label this section as AA, ayan, to label our cut. Now, for our next cut naman, dito tayo sa segment BC. Now, for segment BC, I will just consider the section to the right. So, this is our second cutting section. Label natin as cutting section B to B. Ayan. Then, lalabas yung internal force. Ito yung internal force ng BC. Sir, bakit ganyan yung direction? We still assume BC to be in tension. So, this force is acting away from the cut. Considering the right side kasi tayo, so, acting away sa cut is to the left. So, summation of forces horizontal for section B to B, kasali yung 90 kN, ito yung P2, included sa section to the right. The direction is to the left, so minus 90. Then, RD is also included, acting to the right yan. We have 148.73. Then, yung PBC is acting to the left. We have minus PBC is equal to 0. Therefore, kapag nilipat natin yan sa right side ng equation, we would have PBC is equal to minus 90 plus 148.73. This will give us 58.73. Then positive. So, since positive yung result, it means tama yung assumption na intention talaga. Ayan. Next, summation of forces along the horizontal. For the last cut, we move sa segment CD. We just consider the section to the right since we only have one force. Ayan. We label this cut as C to C. Then, lalabas yung internal force ng CD. Label natin as PCD. So, again, considering this part lang, right side of the cut, we have minus PCD since acting to the left yan. Then, RD is acting to the right. So, plus 148.73. Equate natin to 0. So, solving PCD, lipat natin sa right side ng equation. This will be positive 148.73 kilonewton tapos in tension since positive yung result. So, ito na yung internal forces. If ever stress yung tinatanong, then just divide this force by the area of the cross-section. Now, there is also another way to solve RD, and that is by using the axial force diagram. To draw the axial force diagram, draw lang natin yung axial force diagram ng buong system talaga. Diba dito sa point A, meron tayong reaction to the right, sa RD rin, reaction to the right. So, kapag nag-summation tayo ng forces horizontal, alam natin na yung value ng RA will be 240 minus RD. So, pinalitan natin yung label niya. Then, since this is to the right is, balik tayo sa convention natin, diba compression or minus yung sign. From 0, bababa tayo, naging 240 minus RD. Yan yung magnitude niya. Then, negative. Tapos, from this point to this point, walang load. So, this will be constant. Now, yung 150 is actually acting to the left. So, positive to the left. Aakyat tayo. From this point, aakyat tayo by 150. Yan yung 150 dyan. Then, from this point to this point, walang loading. This will be constant. Then, umakyat ulit siya ng 90. Now, how do we know na nung umakyat siya ng 90, anditong banda na siya? We know for sure since yung RD is acting to the right, meaning from this point, kailangan tayong bumaba. 'Di ba? Right is negative. Meaning, this should be a positive value para bababa tayo sa 0. Hindi kasi pwedeng hindi mag-0 yung start saka yung end. So, that's how we know for sure na ditong banda, nasa top na siya. Ayan, above the 0 line. Then, walang loading from this point to this point. Then, exactly at point D, bababa ulit by an amount of RD. Ayan. Now, essentially, yung compatibility equation dito, yung inequate to 0, is actually the deformation of the whole system. Now, bakit 0? 0 yan kasi alam natin na fixed yung dalawang ends. If fixed yung dalawang ends, the supports will not be allowed to move. Therefore, yung point D saka point A will remain fixed. Kaya, inequate siya sa 0. Yung minus 240 minus RD, minus 240 minus RD plus 150, yan lang yung forces per segment. Then, sa last naman, minus 240 minus RD plus 150 plus 90. Or essentially, this is just equal to RD. Diba yung minus 240, magka-cancel sa 150 plus 90. So, you can replace this part. This is a bit inefficient. Ayan. Anyway, if you solve RD using this method, makukuha mo agad yung 148.714 without going through what we did earlier. Na kinuha natin yung deformation, then inequate natin sa RD. Ayan. Diba yan yung ginawa natin kanina for this solution. So, you can access these notes sa website natin, ceboardexamgenerator.com. And meron ding additional problems doon.